this was the scene the night of April 11th of last year on Buffalo's west side. Erie County Sheriff's Narcotics Chief DJ Granville crashing his county-owned pickup truck into two parked vehicles. Then, reversing and driving away, he would hit 5 more vehicles in the following few minutes. The Buffalo News obtained this video, and 7 News has confirmed with a trusted source that it is authentic. Meanwhile, we have brand new details that have not yet been reported until now that Chief Granville hasn't been on the job with the sheriff's office since 2 days after this story broke. Here's the updated timeline. This story came out on March 11th, the same day Chief Granville appeared at an Erie County Sheriff's Office press conference. That was a Tuesday. Now, a source tells me records show he took sick days that Thursday and Friday and then called in sick all of last week. It is unclear if he returned to the job today. Meanwhile, sources have also told us that Chief Granville may claim that he had some type of medical emergency causing those crashes in the West Side neighborhood that you see here. We have learned first that the Buffalo Fire Department confirmed it was not dispatched to the crash scenes nearly a year ago that night. And now new tonight, we have also confirmed from AMR that there were no calls for ambulances to that part of the West Side on either April 11th or the next morning, April 12th. No fire, no ambulance, just police. Now, there is an internal affairs investigation underway by Buffalo Police, and the Erie County Legislature plans to call the sheriff and others to a hearing on April 24th. We'll keep you posted on all of that. John Elmore is an attorney, a former state trooper, and a former local prosecutor in Manhattan, and a prosecutor at the state level in the Attorney General's office, and he joins me now live. It's great to get your insight on this. You saw the video there. That ended up being pleaded down to a jaywalking charge. What do you make of now that we see this violent crash and 5 more vehicles were crashed into afterward?
Well, first of all, let me just say, let's hopefully, if the officer had any mental health conditions or physical health conditions, that they're being addressed and that he can return back to the job as a healthy person. It's very troubling that 7 vehicles were struck and that the officer was allowed to plead it down to jaywalking. That's very unusual. Typically, moving violations in the city of Buffalo do not get reduced, and at a minimum, instead of just being charged with 1 count of going the wrong way on a one-way street, it appears to me he should have been charged with at least 7 counts of leaving the scene of a property damage accident, and addition to that, reckless driving. Mm-hmm.
It looks like, as you can see there, he crashes into those 2 vehicles, backs up, and then drives away. Most people would look at that and say, how is that not just a hit and run, right? Leaving the scene of an accident, which is a pretty serious crime.
It is a serious crime, and you know, I would say that police officers and all public officials should hold themselves to a higher standard. And there were police officers that investigated this case. It doesn't seem to me that they did the right thing. It doesn't seem to me that the police officer that was involved in this accident did the right thing. And what's very concerning is Chief Granville is in charge of the Erie County Narcotics Division. And as such, many of those investigations could be compromised because defense attorneys now are going to challenge his credibility, and that could be the downfall of many cases where some bad guys should be locked up and put in jail for a long time.
Finally, I mentioned there is an internal affairs investigation going on with Buffalo Police. We have every indication that is being treated extremely seriously. But you know, you have to wait for those things to happen, right? The public is sort of looking at this and saying, how is it this happened a year ago and we don't have a lot of answers? What is your message to the public? Sometimes things are happening behind the scenes we just don't know about.
Well, I can say now that elected officials are involved. There should be some more accountability and some more transparency. The fact that the video now has been released to the public is a good sign.
John Elmore is not just an attorney now, but a former police officer, former prosecutor. You've been on all sides of this. It's great to get your insight as always.
And thank you for having me.
Appreciate your time. Thanks.